It's story time. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Hi, it's Karolyn. If you want to learn how to bake and decorate amazing cakes, then I would love for you to join me by hitting subscribe and the bell. So today's today's video, I am just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I never thought anybody cared, right? Because I just want to put out this information of everything that I've learned along my cake decorating journey. But apparently a couple of you have some questions about me and I am going to share. So to start, I said this in plenty of videos before. I started making cakes back in 2002. What I did, I went to a local craft store like Michael's, and Wilton offered the basic cake decorating classes where you just learn how to like pipe buttercream borders, make buttercream flowers, basics of working with fondant. So I went to those classes, I went home, I would practice on these cakes, and then I would take them to work. I was a realtor at the time, and I gave them to my coworkers, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, can you make me a cake for this party I have coming up? And I started making cakes for them, and then the people at those parties would start ordering cakes from me, and it just kind of expanded from there. And also friends and family started ordering from me. So this was before Ace of Cakes, before Cake Boss, before cakes were really a thing. So by the time those shows came on TV, I was ahead of the game. I was already able to make these impressive, not as good as I am now, but still better than a beginner, custom cakes that were really in demand because of those TV shows. And it was a lot easier to grow your customer base back in the day. There were a lot less people making cakes and it wasn't such a big thing. It's kind of like YouTube back in the day. If you posted a video, you know, in 2014, it got 100,000 views. Some of my old videos have many views and they're not even great videos, but it's just how it was back in the day. Today, you have to work a little harder at it, but it still can be done. You can still grow a customer base starting from scratch. You just have to do it a little differently, starting with friends, family, coworkers, and then make sure you make cakes, take pictures so you have it for your portfolio, start a social media page, and start to advertise that way. So with YouTube, I started making one of my first YouTube channels. I was living with my ex, and I was just like, I want to see, like, what's this YouTube thing? So I think my very first video was how to clean my KitchenAid mixer, right? And I just made that just to figure it out. And I didn't really do much with YouTube for a couple years, but those videos in the beginning, like I said, got like 50 to 100,000 views, and now it takes a little bit more work. But I was able to grow my YouTube channel to like 1,000 subscribers just from like 2 or 3 videos in the beginning. Now, I was in a relationship for about 12 years and it was not a very good situation. I had my best friends came over to my house, made me pack some bags and get out. And I came to live with my mom, and that was 7 years ago, and I am still here with her. But I was in a very bad situation mentally and physically and financially. So I was $25,000 in credit card debt. Oh my gosh. I was so much in debt. I didn't have a lot of money. I still had my cakes, which is good. And I was able to transfer my business over here to my mom's house, but I was not in a good space. And I remember looking at all of that debt that I was carrying and just thinking, how am I going to get out of this? So what I did, and luckily I'm so grateful for my mom. You know, that's why I'm always singing her praises, because she has helped me out so much. Now I do give her money for rent. However, most of the money for a while when I was working was going right to my credit cards. So I wasn't saving anything. I was just paying down that debt, and I was able to do that in, I don't even remember, 18 months or something like that. And I became totally debt-free. Not too long ago, a couple years ago, I paid off my car and I became totally debt-free. And I swear I will never go back there again. And I don't know if any of you are in that situation, but just be aware of what we are spending our money on, because $25,000 on those credit cards, I couldn't even tell you what I bought. It's not even like I went on vacation or something fun. It was like stupid stuff from Target, you know? So now I don't use shopping as a clutch. I try to do other things that are a little more productive. So when I got to my mom's house after leaving that bad relationship, I was broken and I was depressed and I needed something to do. I needed to challenge myself. I needed to push myself and see what I was really capable of. So there is a pole fitness studio down the street from me, and I remember driving past it like, that is pretty interesting. So I started taking multiple classes per day, multiple days per week, and I loved it so much. The group of people there were so supportive and loving. I just loved taking pole classes and yoga classes there. And then eventually I became a pole fitness and a yoga instructor. And I did that for a little while until I kept getting injured. So pole fitness is very hard on your body. It's so much fun. But I kept getting elbow injuries, wrist injuries, shoulder. Like, I kept getting injured. It's kind of like a toxic relationship. Like, you keep getting injured and then I rehab and then I go back and I get injured again and then I rehab. I'm like, I need to stop this, right? So lessons learned in life. But I will say this. I got injured my wrist pretty bad and I went online to search rehab techniques or whatever, and I came across this guy, Trevor. And Trevor has like 1 million something followers, and he was so kind to speak to me through messaging one-on-one, and he's the one that encouraged me to really get into doing my YouTube channel. Because I was so worried about everything being perfect, and he said, just pick up your camera, just start filming. It's not going to be perfect, and it doesn't matter. And that's what I want to say to you guys with your cakes. Like, I was a perfectionist for so long. We all start somewhere. We all need to learn, and you just have to do it. And be okay with the final result if it isn't what you want it to be. Just know you learned a lesson for this time and you know what to do or not to do for the next one. But I'm so grateful for Trev for giving me that little nudge to start my YouTube channel. And right now I think I have like 55,000 subscribers and I'm so grateful for you guys. Seriously, like I'm having so much fun doing this and I'm so grateful that that path led me to doing my YouTube channel. So since I couldn't really do pole fitness anymore, I needed something else because I was very sad when that ended. So I started lifting weights. I started working with a trainer and I was doing really well with that until COVID hit. Ugh. I was gonna compete in a fitness competition and then COVID hit and then it just turned everything upside down. So I stopped working with my trainer for a little while and just going to the gym by myself. And that's when I met my recent ex-boyfriend. So we were together for about 3 years and we recently broke up and he is a wonderful, wonderful guy. He is so sweet and amazing, but we just weren't a match together. And I'm still trying to process that. It only happened like 2 months ago and I do miss him. But also I'm trying to realize that I'm going to be okay, that everything happens for a reason, that life happens for you, and no matter what is going on, if it's good or if it's bad, you are being directed to something even better. And I know it's so hard to see when you're going through it, and trust me, for a while I was really depressed with this recent breakup, but I started working with my trainer again. And I tried to take a pole class and I suck at it right now. Like I'm not good at it anymore and I don't want to get re-injured. So I started working with my trainer again and just eating right and focusing on that to help keep my mind off of that relationship that isn't anymore. So hopefully in a few months I'll be flexing all my muscles after I cut down and we'll see if all this work is for anything. But a lot of people ask me, how do you stay in shape when you're around Cakes all the time? And I just have to say, like, I'm around Cakes so much that cake is the last thing that I want to eat. You know, like, it's annoying. If you have cakes at a party, I want ice cream, okay? Like, I deal with cakes all the time. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but seriously, I'm around it too much. But It's all a mindset thing. It's so funny. Like me and my best friend, we say you get into the zone, right? Like you make a decision, this is what I'm going to do, and then you do it. So I keep track of my food in MyFitnessPal, and I think right now I'm allowed to eat like 2,000 calories a day. It's something that I've gone back and forth with my trainer, trying to build muscle. I need to gain some weight. But yeah, it's a whole process, but it just gives me something to focus on, and it's something that's positive and just helps make me healthier. So right now I have no kids, and I'm single, and I'm 45. And that's okay. Right now I am concentrating on making videos for you guys and growing my channel and growing my business. The most important thing that I've learned in this last 7 years that I've been here with my mom, that I left that toxic relationship and been through another breakup, is your mindset is so important, and trying to keep a positive mindset as you're going through sad and depressing times in your life is very difficult. And trust me, for the last couple weeks, I've not been in a really good headspace after going through this breakup, but I've been through it before, and I know that I'm going to be okay. So what I try to do is, instead of focus on what I've lost, I'm trying to focus on what I've learned from that relationship and what I can do better for the next time and how I can improve myself. And it is so hard to see when you're going through bad times that you're being redirected to something even better that you want to experience, but it is so true, and I'm going to share this with you. So I have been very spiritual, been working on positivity and a positive mindset and breathing and meditating and yoga. And in July of 2020, I put out this video. Well, I just filmed it on my phone just as proof that what you ask for, you get. What you focus on becomes your experience, and we become what we think about. So here's the video that I filmed. I just want to document, since I saw the quadruple 3s and 7s the other day, now I'm on a mission. I asked the universe to show me on license plates the rest of the numbers 0 through 9. So I will take pictures as it comes into my experience to prove that the universe is the bomb. So I put out there, I wanted to see all those quadruple numbers on license plates, right? It's something so, it's not silly, but it's just something that I'm like, let me test the universe and let me see if this comes into my experience, because I put out there what I want to see, and I want to see if it becomes part of my experience. I started seeing all those numbers on the license plates, and it is an experiment that I'm so glad that I did, because it taught me so much. Number one is that you literally become what you think about. And in order to experience something that you want to experience, you can't have any resistance or any resistant thoughts about it. So, like with the license plates, I didn't think I can't see them. All I was thinking is, I want to see 0 through 9, and I can't wait to see it. Like, where is it? Where is it? I kept looking, and because it's what I was looking for, that's what I was experiencing. And I do want to say, like I said before, sometimes you have to go through some crappy situations to get you to where you want to be. And there were 2 instances with the license plate project experiment where I had to go through something that was pretty crappy. I don't want to curse, but pretty crappy in order to get me to experience what I wanted to experience. 2 examples. Number 1, when I saw 5s, I actually missed my exit. I was so annoyed. I was delivering a cake. I missed the exit. I had to drive another couple miles to the next exit, turn around, and get back onto the road. Once I did that, I got behind a car and had all 5s on the license plate. And then there was another lady who complained about her cake. She sent me a picture, and it was a little too moist. I think I put a little too much simple syrup in the cake, and it was just a little soggy, and I felt so bad. I apologized to her. I said, let me send you a pound cake for free. I'm so sorry that happened. And I went to ship the pound cake, and on the way back, I saw a license plate with all 1s, and it made me realize that seeing those numbers on the license plates was my intention, and the universe was going to do whatever it had to do to get me to experience that. If it's good or if it's bad, there's a reason that I was experiencing that, so it could lead me to see those numbers. And I hope this makes sense to you, but I was so excited to do that experiment. And not only did I see 0 through 9 once, it's been like 2 or 3 times. And still, to this day, when I see those numbers on license plates, I'm like, oh, look, there's 6s, there's the 2s. You know, it just makes me so excited. I just want to put this message out to you guys. I remember when I first came to my mom's house, I did not want to come here. I thought I was taking a huge step back in my life. And while it was a little step in the other direction, it was able to propel me way forward. The life is not always going to be, it's not always going to look like what we think it should, but you have to trust and have faith that you're going to end up where you're supposed to be. There's my little TED Talk for the day. I hope this helped someone. And did I even talk about me? I don't know. I love making cakes. I love teaching yoga. I teach yoga every Sunday. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love lifting weights. I don't have kids, and I am having so much fun making these videos for you. So I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Please like this video if you liked it. If you're enjoying my tutorials, I'd be so grateful if you could buy me a coffee. My link is pinned in the comments below. And you can keep in touch on socials and check out my website. Everything is listed in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.